I will never order from xTool ever after this experience. On November 22nd, I was looking at their holiday deals because I've wanted an xTool P2S for quite some time, and I had done a lot of research and decided that was the laser I wanted. And I was looking at their Black Friday deals, and I was like, hey, you know what? I want to see what it looks like, the final price, because their deals were a bit confusing. So I put the item in my cart. I went to check the cart to see what discounts were applied and what the final total would be. And since this is through the shop app, as I was scrolling, I had an oopsie and accidentally hit the order button. This was completely unintentional, and I thought, no big deal, I'll cancel the order. Well, there's no cancel order button anywhere. The only option I had was to email customer service. So less than 4 minutes later, I had placed my email toward xTool saying, hey, I accidentally placed this order. Within an hour, I received a response. They said, no problem, these things happen, we'll cancel it. The next morning I woke up and the item had been shipped. Now this item cost thousands of dollars, and this was no bueno. So I said, hey, just checking in, we canceled this order, right? It's not going to come here, right? And they said, oh, sorry, we already shipped it. Don't worry, we'll get it returned. So it's on its way. It's on its way. For a few days, it's still on its way. On the delivery day, it finally turns around and heads back. Now, on December 1st, it arrived back at their warehouse. I have delivery confirmation. Somebody signed for it. At this point, they still haven't refunded my purchase, which honestly, I don't know why. They gave me a whole bunch of excuses throughout this time, saying that even though the item was intercepted mid-shipment, they can't refund my money because they have to check the product first. And it's like, okay, but I never received any product. It never made it to my house. So why do you have to check it first? And if it was damaged in shipping, then you have to file a claim to the shipping company. But they insisted that not only was the cost of that product my responsibility if it was damaged in shipping, but so was the cost of the shipping. And so they weren't going to refund my money. They also claimed that they hadn't even received the item at all, even though I had delivery confirmation showing that it did arrive back at their warehouse. They said that the whole situation was my fault. They said I didn't email them fast enough and the item had already shipped, which when I provided proof, I said, look, I sent you an email less than 4 minutes after accidentally placing the order. They said that my timeline was inaccurate. And I was like, I sent you the email. You responded within an hour. The item wasn't shipped till the next day. And they said, yeah, no, that's wrong. It was actually shipped before I sent the email. So I don't understand how that could possibly be. They shipped it in less than 4 minutes and whatever. They also said they didn't receive it. And the reason they said that my delivery confirmation was wrong is because it had actually changed carriers on its way back. But that doesn't explain why the delivery confirmation I have was matching their warehouse and not the warehouse and distribution center of another carrier. So that didn't make sense. 17 total days go by and they still haven't refunded my money, and they're still sticking to the story that says that they never received the product and therefore I am held liable for the cost of the product. So I disputed it with my bank, and only after I disputed it with my bank did they email me and say, hey, we've decided to refund your money, even though we never received the product and it's all your fault anyway. So after that experience, I will not be ordering from xTool, like ever. As somebody who is trying to run a business, I can't put my faith in a product that has this type of customer service behind it, because chances are something is going to go wrong at some point, whether something breaks or I need a replacement part or whatever. At some point, I will need to rely on interacting with their customer service. And if this is how they treat this simple of a problem, then I just simply cannot in good conscience deal with a company like that. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just telling you what I'm not going to do, which is ever order from xTool ever. The end.